he reminds us of something that's about to make me change my message. I know I shouldn't do that. I think I can incorporate them both. I don't want to be long. But today in Sunday school, we studied about some lepers that were cleansed. And it was so profound because one of the things we all need to remember is to have gratitude.
Amen.
Nobody has to do anything for us.
Amen.
Nobody owes us a thing.
Amen.
Anything that happens in our favor, in our behalf, we should be grateful.
Amen.
We need to learn how to just say, thank you.
Amen.
And show gratitude and appreciation for whatever someone does for you. If someone opens the door for you, you shouldn't grunt and say, what took you so long? Or you shouldn't look at them and give them that eye and say, about time. You just learn to say thank you.
Amen.
Nobody owes you a thing.
Amen.
Not the government. Not the church.
Amen.
That's right. You need to wait on it from the government. Because they're talking about cutting some of this stuff out. We need to learn.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't cost to say thank you.
Amen.
It doesn't cost us a thing to let somebody know, thank you. You didn't have to do that for me. In Matthew chapter 8, verses 2 through 4, we find a man that had leprosy. Leprosy was a feared skin disease that if you came in contact with, you could catch it.
Amen.
And you would have leprosy too.
Amen.
So people with leprosy were banished from population.
Amen.
They had camps where they were banished to, so they wouldn't spread leprosy
Amen.
on those around them, supposedly. But here lately I've been hearing that wasn't the case. It wasn't that you could just catch it. You know, HIV has some stigma about it. People think you can just catch it being around people. Yeah, but it's more than that. It has to get in your bloodstream. Of course, it does live in saliva, but you've got to really go out of your way to catch that from somebody.
Amen.
So we shouldn't be stereotyping people that might be HIV positive, or we shouldn't be a demagogue and banish them from society because you don't know what people are doing.
Amen.
You can't judge a book by its cover, no way.
Amen.
People you see every day and hands you shake every day, you never know, might have a debilitating disease.
Amen.
That's why it's so important for you not to judge anyone
Amen.
based on situation.
Amen.
Only thing we can do is really fruit inspect. You can inspect a person's fruit, determine whether you want to be around them or not, or tangle with them or not. But you should treat everyone nice and with respect. Jesus didn't have a problem with these lepers. They hollered out at him, "Hey! Lord, help us." Jesus, instead of running away from them, it's almost as if he approached them. When people at the service station come to us, we see them coming. "Hey! I need some help." You almost shine to see them coming because you know what they want. You think they want money and that they're going to go and do some drugs. That might not be the case. They might just want something to eat. Folks just don't go around giving folk money anymore.
Amen.
They deter you from doing that downtown because if a person begs and gets something today, what do you think he's going to do tomorrow? He's going to say, well, it worked yesterday, so I'll just keep begging. Some people go around from church to church. That's their job, to beg. Folks ain't got nothing to just give no more. People are doing well just to help the members they got. It's everybody, it's members in every church need some help with their utility bill. Do I have a witness? Amen. Need some help with their food. Need some help with their transportation. Do I have a witness?
Amen.
you do well just to take care of your own folk.
Amen.
People that have been giving in come on hard times. And is it wrong for them to come and ask for some help? Is it wrong to help a total stranger?
No.
Seemed like our name got out there one while because folk were coming to Ridge Grove from everywhere. Calling on the phone. I get calls every week back there on the answer machine. We need some help. How do we determine which ones are help? You remember a lady came to have a utility bill needed, about to get cut off. Y'all remember that? And she was a member of the church somewhere. But she came to Ridge Grove. Apparently they had helped as much as they could. And they either sent her over here or she came on her own. And we helped the lady. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, we know.
But it seemed like she never found her way back to say thank you, did she? Isn't that strange?
Yeah.
So if she comes again and needs some help again, you think we need to be a little more reluctant or go ahead and help her again? What do y'all think? Help her again. Isn't that wonderful? That's what Ridge Grove is known by. If you're hungry, you come here, you can get a meal. Watch this. In Matthew 8, 2 through 4, and behold, a leper came and worshiped him. Number one, they had the right attitude. They came to worship. Even though they had leprosy, they didn't let that stop them from coming to worship. Saying, Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean.
Yes, sir.
The leper had faith. He believed that Jesus had the power to juice.
Amen.
Verse 3. Then, oh, there's something happened right there. Jesus took notice of a person that was worshiping him, even though they had a problem, and they had faith and believed. When Christ finds people like that, we can help them.
Amen.
When people get out of the pathway like that, we can help them.
Amen.
Then Jesus put out his hand and touched him. Oh, wait a minute. This is a person with leprosy. You're supposed to stay away from those folk. You ain't supposed to touch it because you can catch it.
Amen.
Look at our Savior. Set the example for us. Oh, you can wash your hands when they get dirty. So don't go around acting funny with people. Do I have a witness?
Amen.
Look what happened. Then Jesus put out his hand and touched him. And not only did he touch him, but he had a word saying, I am willing.
Amen.
The leper said, if you will, you can help me. Jesus said, I am willing.
Amen.
We can stop right there. I think I should have a semicolon in my Bible.
Amen.
I am willing.
Yes, sir.
Then Jesus just said the word, be cleansed. Coming from the New King James Version. Yours might read a little different.
Amen.
Notice, immediately his leprosy was cleansed. Do I have a witness?
Amen.
God can just speak blessings in our existence,
Yes, sir.
in our lives.
Yes, sir.
And why won't folks come to church? The pews ought to be full. Giving you a message from the Word of God. All God got to do is speak it and you can get healed of your condition.
Amen.
What am I doing wrong, Lord? I don't have money to pay my bills. My health is closing in on me. I got problems. I'm hurting. Don't we all need help?
Yes.
Amen.
Help is available. Jesus said, you have not because you ask not.
Amen.
This man saw Jesus coming. He knew he had a situation, but he made it to church. He came regardless of what society would say about him.
Amen.
Society would say homeless people shouldn't come to church. People with leprosy and catastrophic disease shouldn't come to church. But this man didn't let that stop him.
That's right.
Amen.
And here we are, don't have no excuse and still won't come.
Amen.
We need to wake up. We need to wake up.
Amen.
Verse 4. And Jesus said to him, not only did he say, I am willing, and not only did he touch him and heal him, but Jesus said to him, see that you tell no one, but go your way, show yourself to the priest. In other words, do right from this point on. You ain't got to go about bragging about me because my time ain't yet. I don't want the crowd to come running down on me right now.
Amen.
When we do good, we need to learn from Jesus. We can do it quietly.
Yes.
Amen.
And ask cooperation. Don't broadcast. Just let me do what I can. God will give me my blessing.
Amen.
And offer gift that Moses commanded. In other words, follow the law. Follow what the Bible said.
Amen.
As a testimony to them.
Amen.
People, that's beautiful. When was the man healed? Immediately. Jesus saw a willing man and just spoke his blessing into existence.
Yes.
Amen.
Can he still do that today?
Yes,
Yes.
Lord.
Don't we serve a God that sits high and look low?
Yes.
We saw him going back to heaven and seated at the right hand of the Father,
Yes.
looking down right now. We just preached a couple of weeks ago that we're compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses. God and Christ and angels and all those who died are going on to heaven. They're looking down on us right now.
Right. Amen.
They wait, they root for us like at a sports game. When your team is winning, oh, can't you get excited?
Amen.
Oh, they're winning. In the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, don't let me start. Why did I call that name? Because my next door neighbor's a big Dallas. Matter of fact, he's going to Dallas now to see his game. Boy, they ain't one but 2 or 3, but he's fired up. He's ready to get his room painted and some stars put on his wall. Yeah, when they winning, we're ready. But when they're not winning, we're the buddy end of jokes, aren't we?
Amen.
I don't have a team. May the best team win. But I want to ask you a question. Wasn't there some more lepers healed? Look at Luke chapter 17. Luke chapter 17. Brother Charles, this is a testimony and honor to you for teaching that wonderful lesson this morning. Luke 17, 11 through 19. Another beautiful lesson. But this one has a little more to it now. I want y'all to see something about gratitude. Because this right here said not much about gratitude, but I could suspect that this man was grateful. He was thankful that he asked for help, he got instant help, and he was told what to do, and I think he'll go do it.
Amen.
And Jesus told him, don't broadcast. Let's keep it on the down low. I'm helping you. But you think that man went camping, he probably told everybody he saw.
Amen.
Jesus knew he was going to do it, but it wasn't nothing wrong for Jesus to ask. Because if we help somebody in Ridge Grove and tell them, look, don't. Next Sunday we'll have every person in town show up. Because that church over there giving out money. If we had some, we could probably give you some. But it's money hard to come by around here lately. You know, we got the building in pretty good shape. The grounds look halfway decent. The toilets are flushing. Ain't God good? Little problems that plagued us for years. We're there.
Amen.
The weather is beautiful. We ain't got the air on. Little fans are stirring up a little air. Everybody's comfortable. Thank God for all that.
Amen.
In Luke 17, 11 through 19, now it happened as he went to Jerusalem, Jesus, that he passed through the midst of Samaria and Galilee. We know where this was. Samaritans wasn't supposed to be Christians. The people of Galilee were supposed to be. So he came through these 2 places, and there was 10 folks out there. And it looked like 9 of them probably came from Galilee, because they were so-called religious folk. Do I have a witness?
Right.
But they happened to be running with them. See, beggars and thieves and all run together. But they say, no honor among thieves. Now you have to be careful running with thieves. They say, ain't no honor among thieves. But birds of a feather do flock together. I think I've heard somewhere. So even though these people had different locations where they perhaps came from or where they lived, 9 was living on this side of the track, but one of them happened to just come from over on that side. Do I have a witness?
Amen.
He was a Samaritan. Just like the people traveling on the road where the man was jumped. I mean, 2 or 3 priests came by and saw the man beat down and bleed, and they went over on the other side because they didn't want to get their hands dirty.
Amen.
They say he must have been a thief or a convict, because look what happened to him. He then got jumped and beat down. He must have been selling some dope and got robbed. Then here come his fellow countrymen, and they wouldn't help him either. They wagged their head. But then this so-called Samaritan, now this person from Samaria, happened to come along. Not no religious person at all. And he had compassion. He saw that could have been him laying in that. And he was a man of means. He took all the money out of his pocket, gave it to the innkeeper and said, take him and bind his wound and put him up in there and keep him. And when I come back, I'll pay some more if this ain't enough. He had compassion on him.
Amen.
Don't we want God to have compassion on us?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we do.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes we can be down and out. We don't have to be robbed and beat to have problems.
Yes.
You could be like that lady on the Wolf River Bridge today.
That's right.
In that pretty nice car, dressed to the nines, but she had a look on her face that told me that I'm just about ready to jump off of this bridge.
Yes.
We couldn't wait to turn that van around on 2 wheels almost, to go back down there and let the lady, it's going to be all right. Whatever it is, it ain't that bad.
Amen.
And when she saw us smile and look, she smiled back and said, I'm all right. She got back in the car when she saw us coming because she prayed, this man going to run my door, going to break my door off. Ma'am, are you all right? I am now. Well, she didn't say that, but she said, yeah, I just felt a little sick. I said, well, I'm glad you're feeling better. She got in her car and drove on down the street. People, you never know.
Amen.
With my new hip, I ain't no way I was going to jump in there and try. Baby, swim. You're going to be all right. Hope you didn't break nothing. Just hold up. Help is on the way. But if we could just stop her from jumping. Then I looked at somebody else in the car. They were looking like they were terrified. They were sitting there looking like, ooh, y'all just don't know.
Amen.
Because I can't swim. People, you never know when the opportunity will present itself.
Amen.
Let me finish the lesson. Verse 12.
Then as he entered a certain village.
Okay, we know where he was, but this certain neighborhood. Come on now, village.
There met him 10 men.
We drove through some places this morning in the van that Sister Boyd come in. They were kind of seedy. Even my little grandbaby said, ooh, it's so desert downtown. It looks scary, it's creepy. Ain't nobody stirring. We saw some deals going on. A man putting his finger in a woman's face that looked real nice. We kind of thought what that was. Up at the motel. Well, the cab driver was coming out wiping his eyes. I don't know if he was in there getting him a legitimate room or some hanky-panky going on. We saw a whole lot of seedy stuff this morning. We saw a lady in a van pull around and pick up some black guy. One ran when she drove up. The other one got in the van with her. We said, something ain't right about that. Some shifty stuff going on. We saw a whole lot going on in the village in Memphis, Tennessee. People, there's some places you just look, you can see a whole. Charles told me about an underworld. There's some stuff going on out here. And lo and behold, there met him 10 men in this village who were lepers. And look what they were doing. They were standing where?
Who stood afar off.
Why do y'all think they were standing afar off in this village? Leprosy. They stood in this village way off from everybody else. And they had something in common. Now, folks may not see them because you can drive right past them in this little village, but they saw folks because they saw Jesus. Read, Brother Freddie, watch this.
And they lifted up their voice and said.
They saw Jesus coming. They had leprosy, but they saw Jesus coming. Don't think they ain't paying attention. You go past these folks on these corners and in the alleys and in the villages, they see you.
Right.
Yes, they do. Yes, they
in your nice church cars and suits and buses.
That's true.
Oh, they see you. And every now and then they need some help.
Amen.
And when they call on you, are you going to be ready to help them? When you see that predicament and you sit there and fighting or laying on the street bleeding, are you going to stop and help them?
Amen.
Amen.
I got my new suit on. I don't need to get dirty. Well, maybe you do. Jesus was willing to touch them that had leprosy. They lifted up their voices and cried out and said, Jesus, Master! They knew who he was. What they say, Brother Freddie?
Have mercy on us.
Have mercy on us.
Yeah.
Whoever was speaking spoke for the... You know they will stick together. You got to give them credit. Winos, they'll stick together.
They said, have mercy on us.
Have mercy on us. You see our situation? We sitting here with leprosy. Don't nobody want to be around us. Don't nobody want to get close to us. We may not have had a bubble bath or a shower last night, but we clean as we can be. We're doing the best we can.
Amen.
At least we're sticking together.
Amen.
And we know we need help when we see help come along.
Amen.
So one of them spoke up and said, "Ahow!" Hollered out, shouted. They were way off and they hollered out. Charles, thank you for teaching me this morning. They lifted up their voices and said, Jesus knew his name. Master! In other words, you can help us.
They knew.
Have mercy. They didn't ask to be clear that they left. They just wanted some mercy.
Yes, sir.
Mercy.
Amen.
Yes, Lord.
See, we need to learn how to ask.
Amen.
We asking for money. We need mercy. Both folks start with a M.
Amen.
I know money is tight. You You might have plenty of it, but you just don't want to give it to me because you think I'm going to go smoke it up or drink it up. I need some mercy.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
They probably need a little money too, but what did they ask for?
Mercy.
And what did Jesus say?
So then he saw them.
When Jesus saw him, what did he say to him?
He said to
Jesus
them,
saw him, and then he
Go
said
show-
something. He said, what, Brother Freddie?
He said, so then he saw them. He said to them, go show yourself to the priest.
In other words, it's some things y'all can do. Just because you got leprosy don't mean you can't follow along and do what needs to be done. In other words, you can go to church. You look decent enough. We've had them come up here and sit on this front row and had a fume all the way around him, and everybody saw him, but y'all didn't shy away from him. Y'all shook his hand and smiled. We took him to Piccadilly. He sat down at the table with us and ate. And it was so funny. Brother Charles got a good sense of humor. Y'all don't know Brother Teacher here. Brother Teacher get his food, and boy, he had to work with it on his plate before he don't just sit down and eat. Y'all know how women do sometimes. Our mom trained him. He's got to put the pepper on it. He get everything on the plate lined up. He rake it around a little bit. Charles had that plate just right. And I think he needed a straw or something, because for some reason he kind of turned around, asked the lady for something. When he got back, the old brother on the front row, well, brother, I can't milk. What was his name?
Hey.
Marion Hayes. He kind of funny too, and you could tell he wasn't just a homeless man. This man had culture. He had fought in the war. He was very intelligent, but he'd make you think he didn't have no sense. And when Charles turned around, he grabbed Charles's plate. He said he liked the way he said, "Ooh, this looks good." Charles said, "Hold up now." Charles said, "That's mine right there. That's your plate right here." He said, "Oh." He probably knew what he was doing, but you can still have a sense of humor. You don't have to be mean and nasty with people. He saw that was his plate in front of him, but he liked the way Charles' plate was looking. Charles, you remember that? He grabbed Charles' plate and said, "Oh, I want this one." Charles said, "No, not so. Not so. You need to drop that one off, brother. This is yours right here." He said, "Oh, okay." See, it's all about knowing you got to know how to reach people. You can help people, but you don't have to let them get on your nerves. When Sister Mary was telling me about all them problems today, I could have said, "Hold up! You got to be quiet now. I'm trying to drive this van." Now, I've been trained, and they taught us that when you're driving on a CDL license, you cannot be distracted. So you really can't talk to me right now. I can't hear nothing you say, but I listened as much as I could. But I had to keep my mind on those little children running out playing in front of the van. Because sometimes we all have problems. I'd have had a serious problem if I'd have ran over one of them little kids. Rich Grove, the van, we'd have been on TV. It'd have been rough. It'd have been bad. But what I was trying to say, your problems ain't as bad as you think. Because we all got them. I'm hurting, you hurting. You dealing with threats, I'm dealing with threats. My threats are I'm about to run over one of these little kids. And I got to keep my mind on this road. And when Jesus saw that situation, he answered. Notice what he answered.
Notice what he said.
He said, "Go and do what you're supposed to. Go show yourself to the priest." And it was so that as they went. Isn't that what I read, Brother Freddie? Read it.
And so it was that as they went.
Hold your point right there. It was so that they were going to do what Jesus told them to do. You got to be willing, people. Number one, you need to be ready. Amen. Number two, you need to be willing. And number three, you need to be able.
Amen.
God won't have you to do nothing you can't do.
Amen.
He ain't going to put no more on you than what you can stand. Amen. But when he gives you something to do, be willing to do it with a good attitude and go ahead and do it.
Amen.
The Bible said, and so it was that as they went, he told them to go, they were on the way. They took that first step.
That's right.
Toward what he told them to do. And watch what happened. Read, Brother Freddie.
It says, so it was that as they went, they were cleansed.
Notice when they got cleansed. Just like the other one, when the one was cleansed, he told them what to do as they took that first step. In Luke chapter 17, verse 14, they were cleansed. Now, when I say first step, I don't mean no one step like we're stepping out like that. But I'm telling you, that's how God works people.
Amen.
When he see your attitude, your heart is right, and you mean well, the blessing will hit. You might not see it right then, but it's there.
Yes, it is.
That leprosy was gone instantly, immediately, just like the one up there in Matthew 8. get to suffering. Next Sunday, those of y'all already know my sermon. It's going to be about suffering. It was a little article I read from Mike Benson, Magnolia Bible College, down in Magnolia, in Mississippi. Magnolia is a state flower. I can't think of the name of the city. But he did an article on suffering, and it's a beautiful, beautiful article. And we'll get that next Sunday. But today, as I conclude, watch what happened when they were cleansed. Watch what happened. Verse 15, what does the Bible say?
And one of them.
How many?
One of them.
Wait a minute, wasn't it 10? Now go back up for me. Thank you, Brother Head. Go back up for me, somebody right quick, and read. I think it was 10 of them that he met, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Give me verse 12, somebody. Hold your point, Brother Freddie. What did verse 12 say, somebody?
And as he entered into a certain village, there met him 10 men that were lepers.
That was, I thought it was 10. 10 lepers.
Which stood afar off.
They stood way off. 10 of them. They were together. That's one thing. They said birds of a feather flock together. They all had leprosy. But when they saw Jesus coming by, one of them shouted out, all of them, we don't know. But the Bible just says they lifted up their voice. All of them brought, hey, we know where we need help. Help us. Now one asked for some help early, and Jesus said, okay, I will. I'm willing. Now they had the 10 spoke up, and they asked, and Jesus told them to go and do what you're supposed to do. Go get with the priest, go to church, go straighten yourself, do the best you can. And when they went and started toward what Jesus told them to do, they were healed. Read, Brother Freddie, pick yours back up.
And one of them.
Now wait a minute. Brother Charles just read in verse number 12, it was 10 that spoke up and needed help. And it was 10 that got blessed and got cleansed. But now we're reading about how many?
One.
And I wonder which one it was.
When he saw that he was healed, he returned.
Hold up.
Turn back. One
of them got healed. And he really wasn't expecting to, I don't guess. Because he obviously wasn't a man of God.
Amen.
And if he was a man of God, he didn't know he was, because he turned around.
Amen.
See, when we think we got a silver spoon in our mouth or we're entitled, do I have a witness?
Right.
You know, my mom and them got stamps and all I know is EBT cards and Section 8. I'm so used to everybody helping me and the government helping me, I kind of go through life with a chip on my shoulder, thinking somebody owe me something. Where mine at? I saw them cards come in the mail. I saw the Section 8 voucher process to where we didn't have to pay no rent. Even the utilities were free. We didn't have to pay but $12 a month. Now I know what's available out here. And we had a free phone. Do I have a witness? All we had to do was call, and they had somebody come and take us to the doctor. And they pick us up. And when I wanted to go shopping, all I had to do was show my card. And they come and pick me up. People know the system.
Yes, they do.
People will abuse the system.
Yes.
Some people use the system to their advantage to get up on their feet.
Amen.
And they're so glad to cut the system off. Let the system help somebody else. I can help myself now. James Brown said, I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Just open up the door. I'll get it myself. And when God opens the door for you, do you thank him? Or do you forget about him just that quick?
We thank him.
We should thank him. But out of the 10 that were healed, how many are we reading about now?
One.
Just one. He must have been the one from Samaria.
What?
The other 9 must have lived in Galilee, because they figured we're supposed to get here. We serve a God, and he promised our forefathers he was going to bless us and heal us. So maybe them blessings finally coming through. About time. Wrong attitude.
Amen.
Just because your forefathers blessed don't mean you're going to get blessed.
Amen.
Just because your forefathers didn't have to work and had slaves working on that Django, think about that old man in Django. The plantation mentality. Just because you look like you ought to get a break don't mean you're supposed to get a break.
Amen.
What's that man in Django, the movie? I can't remember the old man. What played the bald head? What was his name? Stephen. Oh, if you hadn't seen the movie, you don't know nothing about no Stephen. But Stephen, he could look with them eyes, he played that part. And he said, I thought someone was. You know him. Boy, when I saw it, I got to go home and look at it again. But people, I'm here to tell you, just because you had it good don't mean it's supposed to be good. You got to earn. Every tub got to sit on his own bottom. Do I have a witness? You got to get a relationship with God yourself. You can't coattail into heaven on grandmama and mama, husband and wife. You got to get a relationship with God yourself. Amen. 9 of the people walked away and they had about time to heal it. We got healed. And what took it so long? But one of them, Jesus started telling us about one of them. And the Bible said, and one of them, when he saw that he was healed, returned. He came back to the spot where the healing took place. And with a loud voice, just like he called and asked for help, he called with that loud voice and glorified God. Amen. Thank God! Amen. My leprosy is gone. Amen. People, that's what God wants from us. Amen. When he blesses us, when he heals us, he wants us to, that same voice that we were crying on our knees, Lord, help me! Amen. Help me, Lord! Amen. He wants you to turn that and give him some praise. Amen. But that same voice that you cried and had tears in your eyes, yes, begging for help, now he wants you to have that same passion, yes, to worship him and thank him. Yes. Ain't nothing wrong with letting a tear fall every now and then, Brother Boyd, Brother Thomas. It's all right because God knows that's what he likes. Yes, a contrite heart. In Psalm 51, it said, be merciful unto me, Lord, a sinner. In other words, wash me, cleanse me, and with hyssop, wash me, whoop me, and wash me. Oh, suffering to wait till next Sunday. Today, we got to understand that when God blesses you, after you call out on him, you need to use that same voice to worship and praise him and let him know, Lord, thank you. Thank you. You didn't have to do it for me, but you did. You don't owe me nothing, Lord, but you did. Read, Brother Freddie, what did he say?
When he saw them, he said to them, go and one of them, when he saw that he was healed, returned with a loud voice.
He did what?
With a loud voice and glorified God.
People, that's worship. Pray. Thank you, Lord. Ain't nothing wrong to let God know what you did for me. Yeah. He told don't go around telling everybody else, but you can tell God, thank you, Lord. You can tell him between you and him alone. Don't nobody else hear. But praise, ain't nothing wrong with letting folks hear about that. When it's sincere from the heart. Verse 16, and he fell down. Oh, ain't nothing wrong with getting down. You know what? Life will bring you, life will knock you down every now and then. But every now and then you ought to get down just because God did so much for you. Lord, you could knock me down, but I'm going to get down. Not because you knocked me down. Don't wait till he knock you on your back. Get down on your own so you can get back up. And do I have a witness? Amen. Don't wait till you get down and can't get back up. Yes. Get down because you want to. Lord, I'm getting down on my knees. Yes, not because I have to, but because you have been so good to me. Read, Brother Freddie. Amen. Verse 16.
Verse 16, and he fell down on his face
at Jesus' feet.
Giving him thanks.
And what else about it?
And he was a Samaritan.
Out of all the men that got healed, at least one of them we know was grateful. And this was the Samaritan. All the rest of the 9 must have been Galileans because the Samaritan was so thankful and grateful. Black folks, y'all need to wake up. Yes, sir. As a people, some of us have been down. Do I have a witness? Amen. Some of y'all know about discrimination. Some of y'all know about the riding on the back of the bus. Some of y'all know about the job you applied for and you thought you was qualified, but somebody else got the promotion. Do I have a witness? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I don't care how well you bless. You know who you are. And you know somebody has looked at you and made a decision about you because of how you look. And when that wasn't even nothing, that didn't even have nothing to do with it. Amen. Have you ever witnessed? I don't even need to ask this question, but some of y'all know where I'm going with this. Have you ever witnessed that you were unfairly treated? Have you ever witnessed that you were? Yes, sir. I'm here to tell you that's all right. Because Jesus was mistreated. Jesus was treated bad, and he got to the point, and the fellas walking out there, I was just looking, but Jesus got to the point to where he was mistreated. He didn't do anything bad to anybody, but God blessed him, didn't he? Yes. God blessed him, and we need to get some order here. We're going to deal with that. I wish I could stop. I'd go out there and say, man, I helped y'all, but that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. as I conclude today, not only did the man get down on his knees, not only did the man get down to the point of thanking God and praising God, watch what happened in the next couple of verses and you'll have a message. Read, Brother Freddie. Give me the next verse. Give me verse 17. What did Jesus answer and tell the man?
So Jesus answered and said.
Jesus answered and said, what, Brother Freddie?
Was there 10 lepers?
Wait a minute. Didn't I just heal 10? Yeah, now, I know y'all stick together. Y'all all had leprosy. He asked the question and said, wasn't it 10 of y'all that just got healed? Didn't he ask that?
Yes.
Read, let's see the answer.
But where are the 9?
Well, Jesus asked this one, what are 9 at? Didn't I heal 10? Where your partners at, man? And Jesus did it for a reason. He really did it for that one, didn't he?
Yes.
Ain't no honor among thieves. He let him know wherever they going, don't you follow them. They might think they all right, church going forward, but I want you to get this message. Didn't I just heal 10? What happened? Jesus knew where they were.
Yes. Yes, he did.
But he wanted this one to get the message loud and clear.
Yes,
it's a new day, people.
Yes, it is.
It's a new day. Read. What did he say, Brother Freddie?
Was there not any found who returned to give glory to God except this foreigner?
Jesus recognized him not from Galilee, but Samaria. Jesus even called him a foreigner. Jesus said, didn't I heal 9? But one come and give. Jesus letting this man know. I look at you for your praise and worship. Not where you're from. If I don't discriminate against you, don't worry about nobody else trying to do it. God is an equal opportunity God.
Amen. Amen. Yes.
Anyone who praises and thanks him and worships him is acceptable unto him.
Amen.
He don't make a distinction where you came from. He's concerned about where you're going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Amen. Preach that.
And we need to be concerned about where we're going.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Praise him and thank him. Ask him for help, and when he helps your situation, go back and thank him.
Yes, sir. Amen.
Don't have a spirit of entitlement as though about time I get some help. Much as I've been going to church. No, it ain't about how much you've been going to church. It's about how your heart is and how sincere you are. And how much you're willing to listen and let God tell you something.
Yes, Lord.
Give me the last verse, Brother Freddie, 19, and we'll call it a message.
And he said to him.
Notice what he said. Oh, here comes with the benediction. Jesus came back after he asked all these questions to the man. Then he came back and asked the man a question. Notice what the man came back and said to Jesus. Read what the book said.
And he said to him.
The man said back, all right. Jesus said back to the man, all right. Get up. You praising me. You bowing down. Now I want you to do something. You had leprosy. You called out. I told you what to do. You did it. Now you came back and thanked me in the same loud, passionate voice that you called for help on. I don't know who else was speaking, but some more guys were speaking with him. He probably was the loudest one. He probably needed the most help. Usually the one that needed the most help will speak up quicker and louder than anybody else. Amen. And Jesus told him some things and asked him some questions. And the man, did he answer them? I don't even know if he answered them. I'm just doing what I know to do. To thank you and praise you and bow down. Amen. And look at the last question that Jesus had for him. The request Jesus made of him. Read the book. What did he say?
Arise and go your way.
Jesus told him, man, you've been praying and worshiping long enough. Now you need to get up and go your way.
Yes, sir.
Go on the way you're going because you're on the right road. You're on the right track.
That's right.
You've learned to praise me. You've learned to thank me. You've learned to look back and see where your blessings coming from. You know, a dog, if you feed a dog, they'll keep eating, and then the food stops, they're going to turn around and look and say, keep it coming. They'll smile, they'll wag their tail, they'll let you know that I appreciate that. They can't talk, but they can sure communicate. And we might not be able to talk either, but we need to be willing to communicate. And let God know, thank you, God. Amen. Jesus told him to go your way, and what did he read? What did he say?
Go your way. Go your way, and your faith has made you well.
Oh, people.
Amen.
Go the way you're going with faith, believing in me, worship me, and it made you well. Now, let me ask you a question of some of us. Are we sick today?
Yes, Lord.
All of us are sick from something. You sick and tired of something right now. Fanny New Hampshire said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. What are you sick from right here today? I'm telling you, God can remedy your situation. You need to just call out and ask him for help. Jesus said, you have not because you ask not. If you ask him to help you, he'll help you. If you ask him to save you, he'll save you. If you ask him to remove the thorn out of your side, he might remove it.
Yes.
But then he might leave it there.
Yes.
That's the next Sunday sermon. Paul prayed 3 times about the thorn in his flesh, but did God remove it?
No.
Paul came back and said, your grace is sufficient for
Yes,
me.
yes.
I can make it with this thorn. Whatever it is, it ain't going to keep me from heaven. And the thorn might drive you closer to heaven.
Amen.
See, you can get too comfortable down here on this earth.
Yes,
You can get so comfortable you don't think you need God in your life. You can look around like the rich man and say, I've got bonds. Now I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to build bigger bonds to hold all my stuff because I got stuff busting out like the sea. And I'll tell you what, instead of me selling these old bonds and giving the money to charity, or instead of just giving them to somebody, my brothers or kinfolks that need them, I'm going to tear down my old bond. Ain't nothing wrong with them now. That's some good bond. But you know, I just got it like that. I roll like that. I'm going to tear down these old bonds and build me some bigger bond to hold all of my stuff. And then I'm going to tell myself, eat, drink, and be merry. And then the message came to him about food. This night.
This night.
Not tomorrow night.
And this night.
You finna die. Oh, I bet that changed the whole complexion.
Yes, it did.
I bet if he turned red if he could. But if he couldn't turn red, I bet his eyes got bloodshot. Something happened. We need to wake up and realize the God we serve is able
Yes, he is.
to heal us
Yes,
from
he
our
is.
sickness.
Amen.
Oh, you're sick, you just don't know it yet.
Amen.
You might feel pretty good now, but just keep living.
Yes,
4 weeks out, you're going to say, oh, Lord. Something hit you. Whether it's a physical pain or it's the children you got getting on your nerves. If it's some co-workers you got getting on your nerves. 70% of the people that won the lottery, they say, get up broke in 4 or 5 years. What is going on? It ain't about money. It ain't. It's decisions that we make. What's wrong with our thinking? Why can't we make the good decision consistently? Because you need God's help.
yes, Lord.
When you don't know how to operate the equipment, you read the instructions. Here are the instructions. You don't know how to operate it without God's help. You need God to help you with you. He made us in his image. And if we're going to make it into heaven, you need to read the roadmap. The GPS. Well, Brother Boyd, I don't need no map. I got GPS. Well, you need to put them Bible apps on your phone. The whole Bible and the search engines called whatever you need to know about it, you can go in there and plug it in and it'll take you right to it. A smartphone is a blessing from God.
Amen.
Studying the Bible. Because if there's anything you need to know about, you can go in there and find it immediately and instantly, just like Jesus healed these folks in their life.
Amen.
So if you're in the audience right now, there's no excuse
Amen.
for you to keep going through life complaining
Amen.
and worrying and with them sad stories that we all have.
Yes, Lord.
Well, I go to the doctor, I be there, doc, check this, check that. Man, relax, you're doing good.
Amen.
He told me the other day, man, you look good. I said, thanks, doc. He was comparing how I was looking when I went in there with this hip pain the first time. Looking scared. He said, man, you look good. I said, thank you, doc. In other words, I'm smiling now, people. Listen to what the folks tell you to do and do it, and pretty soon things can get better for you. And if the physical doctor can give you good advice and help you relieve the pain, what about the spiritual doctor who made you?
Yes, Lord. Yes.
Thank him every chance you get. Thank him before you eat your food. Thank him before you drink a glass of water. Thank him before you get out of bed.
Yes.
Thinking that you was in a bed.
Amen.
Some of y'all ain't in. It's rough. Some people, listen, folk, right now in this audience that don't know if they're going to be able to stay in a place with a bed over there, a cover over them tonight. Did you know that? Brother boy, we ain't that bad off. Yes, some of us are. Some of us need some direction in our lives. And I'm here like Peter and James. Silver and gold hath I none, but in the name of Jesus Christ, get up and walk. Get up and take the first step toward God,
Amen.
and He will bless you and heal you
Amen.
and give you. And but He said, He kept telling the 9 lepers, along with the 1 leper that He healed, along with the other one that He healed, go and do what you know you're supposed to do. All of us know within ourselves what we're supposed to do. Have we been disrespecting our parents? Quit disrespecting your parents.
That's right.
Call them and apologize and let them know, I'm sorry, I ain't going to have you forever, and we're going to get past this mess, and we're going to get along.
That's right. That's right.
You my mama, you my daddy, you had me, now it's my turn to help you.
That's right.
Get over them petty differences with your siblings, your brothers and sisters. Get over that mess. Do what you know you're supposed to do. Apologize to anybody you need to apologize for. That's what He told them. Go to the priest and do what you're supposed to do. I quit cussing folks out and robbing folks and stealing folks. Underhanded stuff. Out there on the voting campaign. You put a sign up, somebody won't come and block your sign with that. That's wrong. You hook a crook, and then you ain't going to make it. You ain't ready because your attitude's not right. You've got to do right about people. God wants you to love your neighbor, your enemies. You know, if you got to love your enemies, you're supposed to love your neighbor as yourself. But most importantly and first and foremost, love God. How do you love God? By praising Him and worshiping Him and obeying Him. What He tells you to do it. It's not hard. Jesus said, go. Go. They know where they were supposed to go. He didn't tell them what church to go to. He didn't tell them what priest to go to. He just said, go. You know you can do better. And when they took that first step toward going right, wherever they was going, they know where they're supposed to go. They were healed.
Yes, sir.
You can get healed today. You just need to go.
That's it.
Well, let me flip it around. On the phone, you can look at it, but the camera, you hit a button, it'll flip around and take your picture. Do I have a witness? One day, me and Sister was on the train. We don't know about no smartphone. We were laughing and joking and talking. We hit a button to take some pictures. The thing flipped around, and there we were on the phone. I looked at Sister, boy, we got laughing. So I snapped it, and I sent it to some of y'all in this audience here today. Y'all said that one of the most happy pictures y'all ever seen. It was real. It wasn't staged. We didn't smile for the camera. It was real. Because it surprised me. I didn't know it could do that. That's what you've got to be willing to do. Not just go, but come. Why do you think we got the chair set out? Jesus said, come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. Take my yoke and learn of me. My yoke is easy, my burden is light, and you'll find rest unto your soul. Don't come to me, but come to Christ. Jesus said, if anybody walk out on my word and confess with their mouth, what their heart believes, that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, once you get baptized into Christ, He'll add you to His church, and you'll be a Christian from that point on. Christians help other Christians. We're supposed to help one another before we help the world. Did y'all know that? Amen. So how can we help the world when you got Christians down and out? When you got Christians don't even have a home? When you got Christians don't have a job? When you got Christians don't have a roof over their head? When you got Christians that are hungry now and don't know where they're going to get their next meal or their next gas tank of gas? Jesus said, if you don't help your own, you're worse than an infidel. Those that don't help their own. So I could tell you to get in line, but no, I'm not going to do that. Jesus helped anybody that asked Him. And that's where we should be, as much as we're able. Do good unto all men, especially those of the household of faith.
Amen.
If you're in the audience and as a Christian, know you hadn't lived right, you ought to come back and rededicate your life to God. If you're in the audience and you just have a prayer request, need help, Jesus said, you have not because you ask not. Somebody can get a prayer through in your behalf. And if you need to put Christ on in baptism so the Lord can add you to His church, the one He said, I will build, the church you read about in the Bible. Jesus said, upon this rock I'll build my church. If it's Christ talking, it's the church of Christ. It belongs to Him. And just be faithful. We all make mistakes in life. We all are ashamed of something. But you know, hold your head up and realize you serve a God that sits high and look low. And ain't nobody got a heaven or hell to put you in. You need to just keep doing right and watch God save you. Watch Him change your life. Watch when you make the first step, things begin to look up for you because God is blessing you. If you're in the audience and need to respond, do so right now while together we stand and sing the invitation song. Won't you come?